Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video I am going to cover data types, variables and constants. So let's start with the video. So first of all I'm going to explain the different data types in Java. There are 9 data types. Okay, so a short, byte, int, long, float, character and boolean and string. So short basically takes a number format. Byte has a number of bytes which we can convert in a like a string or characters. Okay, and here we have integer which is basically numbers. Anything we can do, like 10, 20, anything like that we can have. And longs also, that should be numbers, but that will be leading by L or capital L, like this. Float number is basically like floating point number which takes like decimal point inside it, like 10.50 I have. Okay, and 2.3 for example. So that's like, if we want to make that particular value as a float, we have to give f over there. And by default in Java, if decimal number we have like this 0.20, so that will be considered as double in Java. Okay, so that will be considered as double. In order to make that decimal number as float, we have to specify f, small f or capital F over after the number. And a character, which means a single character like a, or anything like z, anything that we can give, which is enclosed by the single quotes. And boolean, it has two value, true or false. It will work as a flag in a Java. We can have true or false values into the boolean. And last is a string. This is a string, is a data type which is string class we have in a Java to create string. Okay, so I will briefly explain in a string section about it, what is the string, what is basically. But as of now, what is string? String is a set of characters, like for example I'm specifying my name here, Pawan Zade, like so. This is the string which is enclosed by the double quote, and character is enclosed by the single quotes. Okay, we can have different types of strings, like we can give 3 quotes like this, and Pawan like this as well. And we can have this as well. Okay, so basically set of code is called as string, which is enclosed by single quote. Or so why we using those different techniques, why we using single quote as well as double quote also? Both are doing same, both are creating string. So main difference is, if I have any bigger string, for example multiple that words I have in my string, like hello world, I am Pawan here. So in this case I have to specify double quote over here. Okay, double quote I have to specify. In case I will just have one name like Pawan, in that case I can enclose it by a single quote. Okay, in case I am specifying single quote over here, it will not allow, sorry. So it requires double quotes itself. Okay, it needs double quotes. If I have single, then it will allow to give single. I can give double quote as well, it will allow to do like this, but basically for the single character I should do like this. Okay, and why we using this 3 double quotes? Because of, for example I have multi-line comment. Okay, like this I have. So these types of string, I have multiple lines of string over here. So to make it consistent Okay, integrated string I can have 3. In case I'm using single double quotes over here, only double quote, okay, then it will show error. It will show error on this line, close this string, and it will show error on this line as well. So that's why I have to give 3 quotes. It will allow to create multi-line string. Okay, so that is the main example of that string, double quote, single quote, and triple double quotes. So yeah, next one is a variable. Okay, variable means any particular name of that data type in which that name is actually specified to that particular memory location where we are going to store our data. Okay, and that is can be of any of type. That can be of short, that can be int, long, double, and anything it can be. Okay, so example of variable. For example, I want to create memory location for the to store float value. For example, 10.30 I want to store, if I want to store it in a memory. Okay, so I will create one particular variable called as f equals to. Okay, so this is the name of that memory location where this 10.30 will be stored. Okay, and here I will pass float. Which types of this float, which flight are what is the type of this f? It's float. So in this way I can create variables. Another example, I want to create integer which name will be num. I will store like 30 there. Okay, so this way we can create variable. This is the syntax of creating variables. Okay, and next point is a constant. What is constant? Actually, constant is that when we create any particular variable, that value will not be changed anyhow. Okay, for example, I have created num1 here. Okay, I am assigning 10. Okay, and I want to make it constant. It should not change that particular variable value while the execution of program. For example, after the one line I'm doing 20 here, so I will lose this 10 and this 20 will be overridden on that particular variable, on that particular memory location as well. Okay, so in that case I want to avoid this such a situation. I don't want to override on this variable. I want to keep this 10 at till the end of the program. So that's why I can make it constant. Okay, how I can make constant? I have final keyword here, and like this is our normal variable creation, and I will give final keyword before the declaration, and it will be constant. Constant means when I am giving the value at the time of creation. Okay, I am giving value to that particular variable at the time of variable declaration or creation, so its value will not be changed in throughout the program. Okay, and so that's it, and scope of variable I'm going to declare in the example. Okay, so let's start with the coding section. Here I'm creating one class for the example, like data type example dot java. Okay, and public static variable I will have finished. Okay, so here for example we are going to create one simple variable which is of integer num1 equals to 20 value I am going to assign over here. Okay, and here I will print to it system.out.println. This is the method to print particular value or anything we can print inside of the println method. So I am printing num1. Okay, and I'm running to it. Okay, I got 20. Okay, again what I will do, I will again do num1 equals to 30, and again I will print to it. I have changed the value of same variable. Okay, first I got 20 because of here we have stored 20 and we are printing 20, and here we are replacing that variable's value and printing here, that's printing the 30. Okay, this is where it's overriding must 30 overrided over the 20, and 20 is like removed from that particular memory location, 30 is placed on that location. So that's the way it's working. Okay, what is the next concept? I want to create like integer. I have created. What is the constant? Okay, finally I'm going to explain constant. What is constant? I have to give final keyword. After that the data type, the other thing I have to take float type here, and variable name I will give any of the like if I will give, and I can't do like this. Okay, if equals to 20, if okay, so this is the way. And after the I have assigned one value. After that I'm again trying to assign value into 30.20. If then it will not allow to me. What it's saying, remove final modifier, because of we can't miss multiple time assign any particular variables value which is constant, which is final. Okay, so final is the keyword which makes that particular variable as constant. Okay, once we have assigned the value to that particular variable, after that again we are trying to replace the change the value of that variable, it will not allow us to. It will be constant. Okay, so that is the example of constant variable. We can't do like this. Okay, next is a scope of variable. Okay, so there are multiple types of variable, like this is those which variables we have created, those are local variable of this main. Okay, we those variables are accessible inside of this particular block only. For example, I am creating any variable over here, int abc, and 20 value I am assigning to it. Okay, so this variable will be accessible inside of this block as well, but as of now this block is a static, so we can't access this is an instance variable. Okay, this is accessible inside of this class only. Okay, so we can't access inside of the static block because of this is instance. What happens when we create a memory location worth for this class? Okay, it will just assign the memory location inside of the class for those instance variables only, not for the static blocks or static variables. Okay, for example, I have one static like string. I have str. I'm giving my name per one, and like this. Okay, just a minute, we can single quote over here. Then oh my god, oh, it's not allowing, I think. Email character const. Okay, it's allowing single quote in a groovy of Java. It's not allowing inside of the plain Java, core Java. Okay, so I'm assigning single value. Okay, and this variable I'm trying to access both the variable instead of the. So for example, okay, I'm going to print first abc. Okay, so it's showing error, cannot make static reference to non-static, because of this is non-static, and it I'm trying to access inside of the static block, that's why it's not allowing. But I have static variable over here, I can access that variable directly. Okay, so that is accessible. So first point is the instance variable has the scope inside of the class, or inside of the class it can be accessed but not inside of the static block. Okay, and the static variables or that fields we can access inside of the static as well as non-static as well. Okay, and this non-static means instance variable we can access inside of the non-static block only. For example, I have one void show method, and I am going to print over here abc. Okay, it got accessed inside of this block because of this block is also non-static, and this is the main is the static block. That's why this non-static variable not accessed inside of this, and it's accessed inside of the non-static block. So this is the scope, and there are three types of variables. First type is this one, like instance variable. Instance variable, this is the static variable, this is the static variable, and those are the locals variable, which is local variable. Okay, instance variable declared inside of the class, not inside of the class method. Instead of the class we are declaring it. And static, that those variable can be declared inside of the block as well, inside of the class as well, but that those are static, those are created with static keywords. That's why those are statics variables. Okay, and which variables we are creating inside of the methods or inside of the sub block of class, so those are called as local variable. For example, I am creating in non-static block one variable which is int xyz. For example, I am assigning value 10. Okay, so this 10 will be accessed inside of this block only, not outside of the block. Okay, xyz I can access over here. For example, I am trying to access this xyz over here, it will not be accessed, it will show here not found. Okay, so that is the example of local variables. Local variables are declared inside of the inside of the methods or sub body. Okay, sub block of class, and instance variable declared inside of the class, and static variable created with the static keywords. So that's it from this video. I hope you understood all the concepts. If you have any doubt about it, you can drop comment. If you want to know any other things, any related to Java, you can drop in comment. I will create video about that. Thank you so much.